Welcome back to the Jay's Fifth Down podcast. I'm your host, Jaden, and today I'm here with my boy Jonathan Hooker, who's the host of the Sports Den podcast. Appreciate him coming back on the show to talk some football. John, thank you for joining us, man.
For sure, for sure.
Yep. We're gonna be recapping Alabama and Georgia, one of the more anticipated games of the college football season that occurred on the 27th of September. And Alabama got the win there. My Tide, so got the win as I predicted they would. But I want to get your thoughts, man, before I give my biased opinion. Let me hear your unbiased opinion on how the game went.
Like this is strictly unbiased. I said to myself, it's gonna take two things. Who's gonna be the more disciplined team, and who's gonna win the turnover battle. And Alabama won both of those battles. So
Mhm.
when I saw that, and then you have to think Alabama took over 14 minutes off the clock in the first half. So Georgia offense couldn't really even get a rhythm. And I told people all the time, Todd Simpson is the better quarterback in the Alabama system than Jalen Milroe was.
Yeah.
Because Alabama had to cater to Jalen Milroe's ability, which is what? Running the football. Now, with Todd Simpson, you actually have a good quarterback because you can be a good thrower of the football. Heck, Joe Milton can throw the heck out of football, but is he a good quarterback? That's the thing. So when I seen Ty Simpson go surgical in the first half, his first five completions were on third down. So when you see Georgia's defense can't get off the field, you saw Ty Simpson gain confidence early in the game. You have to say to yourself, as a college football watcher, Ty Simpson has the goods to where if he can continue this stretch, Alabama will be in the playoff and Alabama can win the SEC. So I'll say to myself, I said this in my prediction too. Alabama wins, they're winning out. So I believe Alabama can win out for the rest of the regular season.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, man. Like Alabama had to win a turnover battle, which they did. You had to be disciplined, and they were good with that. I think they only had four penalties in that game as opposed to Georgia's. I can't remember the exact number they had, but they had more for sure. And like the pass blocking was great by the offensive line. I mean, the play calling was good. I think they did much better getting plays in. They were timely with things. All those they were well coached for this matchup. I can tell they were prepared and well coached. Kevin Lord did a good job of getting them prepared. And now they're looking forward to Vandy. Right, this has been the whole big talk all this week. Diego Pavia and the Doors. And so. What's your prediction? Well, you say Alabama's going to win out, but what's going to be key in them getting this victory on Saturday against Vanderbilt?
Containing the edge is one because Alabama struggles with running QBs.
Yeah,
And every Alabama loss, mainly, they've a running quarterback has found the edge, and the zone running has worked tremendously because of the threat that the quarterback has against the edge of Alabama. So setting the edge, making sure the contain is there, and also just finding yourself early to where you find the success of what's working and not trying to go outside of your character. Because if you stay within yourself and you play Alabama football, you will win this game. I I think guys win by double digits. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like there's a lot of animosity towards Vanderbilt and especially Diego Pavia to prove a point that last year was a fluke, this year's for real. So I believe that Alabama wins by 14. I want to say 34-20. I want to say that.
yeah,
I want to say, but at the same time, uh it's gonna be a highly anticipated game. I don't want Alabama to come out too amped up to where now they're just trying to set a tone, but setting a tone causes penalties, and that causes self-inflicted wounds, and that causes easier positions to score for Vanderbilt.
absolutely, absolutely. You're right, and you can't do that because you put yourself in bad situations when you do that. You come out fired up, man, and then like you say, you're making mistakes. You're losing your emotion, over stupid stuff, and you can't have that. And that'll hurt you as a football team. So they got to come out focused, and And hopefully they've had a good week of practice and stuff, and they've been locked in, and yeah, come out there and play physical for 4 quarters because they're going to be physical. And we know what they're going to do. Alabama knows what they're going to do offensively, um, so yeah, that's going to be a good game right there, man. And of course, I have my Alabama person tied winning that matchup as well for anybody out there who did not think I was going to pick Alabama. But yeah, man, getting close to SEC play, so yeah, it's about to get real. I think Alabama can win out too, though. I do believe that. So
Yeah, yeah. The schedule, the only game that scares me the most, uh, is probably Oklahoma if John Mateer comes back. If
yeah.
John Mateer's back, that's gonna be a game to watch for sure. It's gonna be great quarterback play, great offensive play calling, great defensive play calling. Just good on good. And also Auburn. You know, you guys have to travel to Jordan Hare this year like we do. So it's not fun playing in that place. And plus, Cam Coleman, arguably to me in the 2027 class, is Jeremiah Smith a slight edge than it's Cam Coleman. Cam Coleman is arguably the closest thing to Jeremiah Smith in college football.
Hmm.
And I believe he's the best wide receiver in the state of Alabama, talent wise. Now production is German Bernard, 100%.
Right, right, right. Jeremy Bernard's had an awesome year, man. Everybody thought Ryan Williams was going to be the star again, and he really hasn't been. It's been Bernard, who came with the board from Washington, and he's been great. I love his effort. He blocks. He does everything you want a receiver to do in that type of offense. And for Williams, I think mentally for him, he kind of like peaked last year, and I don't know, maybe his approach this year is he's not as he's like, well, I had this awesome year last year, and maybe that mentally made him take a step back. I'm not exactly sure what the cause is of his struggles this year, but hopefully he gets it back on track. But switching gears to the NFL, last night, 49ers won 26-23 in overtime against the Rams. Bro, how about this? Matt Jones came in there for Brock Purdy, 342 yards, 2 touchdowns, got the win over the Rams, and 49ers are 4-1 leading the division. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I think Matt Jones did what he needed to do, and that was get his playmakers the ball, which was Kendrick Bourne and Christian McCaffrey. I think that Matt Jones played a heck of a game because we saw Matt Jones go down with the injury, with the knee injury, and we
Yeah.
all thought, okay, they gotta go to their third string quarterback. But Matt Jones stayed in the game. He willed himself to lead the 49ers with the victory and played a very tough Rams team at in SoFi Stadium and came out with the win. So I have to congratulate the 49ers for finding a way to win it in that tough environment.
Yeah, yeah, always tough to play in SoFi, and they were able to get the win. Unfortunately for the Rams, they just couldn't finish. Matt Stafford, 389 yards, 3 touchdowns, great game for him. Unfortunately, though, around Kyron Williams had 2 fumbles, I believe, 2 costly fumbles. You can't have that happen, man. And then, everybody's talking about the play call by Sean McVay, fourth down. You're already shaking your head, so I feel like I know what your thoughts are on it, but I'll let you go ahead and tell everybody for yourself.
Like, okay, Sean McVay, I love the aggressiveness. I promise you I do. But a play call right there, you should have just took your three and trusted your defense. Because I feel it so in a game like this, you have to trust your defense. Yes, you want to go for the win, but a play call like that, no. If you know the 49ers are looking for a run, let's go ahead. You can run a play action, get it to your tight end, or get it to Devontae Adams or Puka Nacua in a one-on-one scenario. Because you saw how many people were in the box. It was over 6 people in the box. If it's over 6 people in the box, what is it? What is the call? Probably arguably going to be man to man. So you have Puka, who's arguably had one of the best 5 game stretches in NFL history so far. You have Devontae Adams, who's a route running savant. You have Matthew Stafford, who's arguably right now a top 5 most clutch quarterback in the league. So when you have a team like this, I say you gotta trust the person that got you there. And who was that? Matthew Stafford. Because Kyron Williams cost you the game. He Kyrie Williams could arguably be a top eight, top seven back. What's holding him back? Ball security. If he doesn't have ball security, the Rams win a game in regulation, and we talk about how good the Rams can be and how the Rams can stack up against the Eagles. So Sean McVay, trust Matthew Stafford next time. Allow him to allow him to make the play happen, and trust your defense if you're going to take the three because you have to think Matt Jones is fighting tooth and nail. Matt Jones was hobbling off the field. He needed help to get off the field. So once I see that as a head coach, go ahead and attack. Let your front four, especially Jared Verse, go after him. And that's the result you got. But Sean McVay still is a great coach, but not everybody's perfect. It's a mistake that has happened. They'll move on from it. They'll get better moving forward.
Yeah, well said, man. They'll move forward. Rams now at 3-2, so second in Division Two, the 49ers, who are 4-1, and it's crazy, man, because it's like Brock Purdy's been hurt, and then I've been seeing some discourse, and I will say it's a little, like okay, but could have some, you know, uh, reason to have a talk about it, and people are talking about when Brock Purdy comes back, moving him to QB2 in favor of Matt Jones starting. So, what do you think about all this chatter about that? Like when Brock comes back, do you think Mac should be the starter?
Like, like, it, all great organizations, all good organizations, doesn't fall for the outside noise. The
Yeah.
outside noise, the outside noise. They don't know what's going on within the parameters of the building. So if you guys think that Matt Jones should start over Brock Purdy, let's stop with the premature takes. If you want a clip, go ahead, get a clip. Cause hey, you doing your job. Hey, great job. But at the same time, we're talking about who's the better quarterback. Brock Purdy. I'm not gonna say Miles, but Brock Purdy is a better quarterback than Matt Jones. Yes, Matt Jones has done his job as a backup. Win games, don't get hurt, and make sure you put your team in winning positions and let your playmakers do all the work. But you're telling me you want to start Matt Jones over Brock Purdy. Matt Jones has did nothing in New England. He had that one great rookie season and one more decent year after that. After that, what has his career been? A backup. So when I hear that, and then you guys want to say, "Oh, start him over Brock Purdy," who was in top 10 conversations as one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but now we want to say bench him because of two good games. Man, stop. No, that's bad. That's bad. That's recency bias at its premium, and we got to stop that.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, man. That's crazy. This guy's led you to what? Multiple NFC Championship games, Super Bowl, like all that stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, you can't. People are crazy, dude. But that's just how it is, man. That's how media is. To get the clicks, and the likes, all that. Uh, Mac Jones is doing his job, and that's what he's supposed to do, being a backup quarterback, filling in. Now unless Brock comes back and just plays awful, then you probably have it's a different scenario. Even then, it's like a little, funky, but uh, usually that doesn't happen. So it's like, and the way the 49ers are orchestrated offensively, it's Kyle Shanahan's skill of how he's able to manage players when they come back from injury, things like that, and how to slowly get them back into the offensive groove. So I highly doubt we'll be seeing Matt Jones start when Brock Purdy comes back. So.
100%.
Um, but yeah, man, like I say, it's it's so far through the first couple weeks of the season. Um, I'd say, man, it's been very weird for a lot of teams. I think a lot of teams are struck. I think the Ravens are in a bad situation right now. All the injuries they're having, a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Like,
Like right now, if the Bengals are ahead of you, you doing something. That's all. Because Ravens on paper have a top five roster. And them not executing to getting those wins. Now you see Lamar's hurt, Roquan Smith is hurt. your two leaders on both sides of the football are hurt, and now you have other injuries throughout the team. It's like, okay, where do we go from here? Now the eyes are going to be on John Harbaugh as to see how he can get this team to rally behind him to win some games because we've seen the Steelers, they look pretty decent so far this season.
Yeah.
So when you see that, you see the Bengals are doing good without Joe Burrow. The Bengals are ahead, and the only team that's under you guys or you tied with are the Browns. That's not a flex. That's not something to be proud of because you've been a winning organization for the past 20 something years, and now you're basically at your rock bottom right now so far in the season. So it's you have to find a way to win, get your guys healthy, and make a wild card run at the end of the year.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's it. You got to get everybody healthy. I mean, they're missing a lot of people. Jackson, Roquan Smith, as you noted. Um, And Bouquet on defense, that's huge loss, man, for their defensive line. Gerald Alexander, who they signed in for agency, a guy who's been prone to injuries throughout his career. So it sucks for them, man. It really does. But hopefully the Ravens can get it turned around. But I'm honestly, bro, I have a hot prediction. Like if they don't, I could see Harbaugh retire after this year. I really could.
That's not crazy. That's not crazy. That's not crazy to say. It'll just be so crazy to see because he's been such a staple in that organization for so long. And then the main question is, do you consult with Lamar and Roquan to see who's your next head coach, or do you just go search the
No,
head?
you absolutely do. You have to, especially with Lamar Jackson. I mean, because that could affect his playing. And you got to have a coach that knows and his strengths and caters the offense to his strengths. And the same thing for the defense. Like because of course the Ravens have played a certain style of defense since Harbaugh's arrived. And they've acquired players that match that. So you bring in a new coach. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's important. I think that's
Yeah.
important.
How do you feel about Jackson Dart's debut?
I think he had a good game, man. I honestly think everybody, some of the Chargers were going to kill him and, all that kind of stuff. He came out there and he played well. I mean, ran a touchdown in, threw one, he ran the offense, controlled everything pretty good. And the Chargers, on the other hand, struggled. Um, so it was a good win for the Giants, morale boost wise. And now they play the Saints on Sunday. So, and, I think that's a game they're very much capable of winning. Um, I mean, Giants, man, their problem has really been they just have not had quarterback play for the last,
Mhm.
however many years since Eli Manning has left. That and the offensive line has been their issues. Defensively, they've been solid. I mean, this year they have a good defense. I think it's just a matter of, man, these- once you find that consistency at the quarterback spot, I think if Jackson Dart can be that guy for them, that'll be a solid team.
Yeah. How do you feel about Miami? How do you feel about Miami?
Don't even get me started on the Dolphins, man. Please. Um, I, you know, I think the Dolphins right now just Tua Tagovailoa, man. It's just not it, man. He's just not the guy that they need him to be. He's struggling and it's affecting the whole team. And now, because turnovers, things like that, he's not able to throw the football down the field efficiently and effectively as they'd like to. And then that's impacting Mike McDaniel what he can call on offense because he has a quarterback who cannot do that. And of course Mike is going to be the scapegoat now. And I say part of it is on him too. I don't think the guys respect him in that locker room at all. I really don't. I don't think they have a lick of respect for Mike McDaniel. Um, like it's just the vibe, man. I can feel, like when you play like a sport, like you can see it, man. Like I've played, under coaches that like light hadn't light, like I can see it, man. I can tell the guys just don't mess with them like that, So that's my take on the Dolphins.
No, because you know why they traded Jalen Ramsey? They said Jalen Ramsey's attitude was too much. and they traded him away. So, qu- just because a person's will to win is so verbal and so out there, you trade him away. I thought the name of the game was to play to win. That's all I'm saying. Because Miami, I don't know what it is. Is it the offense that's just too gimmicky, or is the defense like what do you think it is?
Probably both. But it's they're interchangeable because the offense is not able to sustain and finish drives, and your defense is already depleted, especially in the secondary. You you have no secondary. So because of that, it's just affecting both sides. They're not able to get these wins. And now they got went over the Jets, but you so that's just what it is, and. It's not going to be a good season for them. It won't be. I mean, unless something magically clicks. But other than that, like it's just, if they don't improve, I do see a chance Mike McDaniel does get fired after this season. It's a shame because I like Mike, man. I think he's a cool dude. He's a funny dude. But as a head coach, guys just they don't take him seriously. So,
Okay. One more question. Who do you think is the MVP right now?
oh yeah, MVP through 5 weeks. Um. That's a hard call, man. I mean, like right now, I shoot. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know if I have an answer for you. That I mean, at this moment, it's only been like I said 4 or 5 weeks. It's hard for me to decide that right now.
Yeah.
Got a lot of guys playing really good. I tell you, the person who was on the list, who should be on the list, I think Bijan Robinson should be on that list. Unbiased opinion, of course.
100%. Like I do have to respect that. He's a top three back. In my opinion, I do respect him. Like the top three backs in my eyes right now. Oh, be no order though. Bijan there. Jameer Gibbs.
Of
I feel like
course.
I feel like Jameer Gibbs gets a feature role as an RB1, and that Lions offense. We're talking about him as the best back in the NFL. Like
Yeah,
we're,
no doubt.
oh, I just wish he got that. But probably Saquon or CMC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, it's just the Eagles offense. Oh,
Yet they are undefeated somehow.
shout
So,
out to the defense, man.
yeah, the
We talk about
defense for
it.
sure. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, CMC man, and he's so far, hopefully I don't jinx him, but he's managed to stay relatively healthy, which has been a huge part of why the 49ers have been able to, have a good offensive stretch here, and hopefully he can stay healthy. Um, Saquon and the Eagles, yeah, hopefully they can get it kind of going better offensively. But yeah, man, I would say, yeah, Bijan is probably just as important to this team as any other person you can name worthy of the MVP award. Like right now, I mean, he's absolutely critical to Atlanta Falcons. So,
I'll say this: Josh Allen.
yeah, of course,
But you know who I like though a lot. I like I like your opposition though. I like him a lot. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Who I'm talking about.
my opposition.
Hmm.
Who you mean?
The only one that gives you trouble.
Talking
The
about
only,
the Falcons?
yes.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. I understand. I get
Top eight quarterback. He's a top eight quarterback. Yes.
it.
Yeah. You
I,
don't want to admit it, but you know he is.
come on, man. Come on,
But you
man.
know, admit it. Just admit it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to give flowers when they're due. It's okay. Come on, just admit it.
I mean, yeah, I guess, man. I mean,
Ah,
shoot,
there
come
we
on, man.
go.
Come on,
There we
man. I guess,
go.
man.
There we go. Yes. There we go. Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is what?
I mean, dude, listen, man, dude's a beast. He is, like for real. But yeah, he gives us a load of trouble every time we play. He just got that dog, man. He's that dude, man. He always been that way, you know. So I respect Baker's game, man. I do a
I,
lot.
yeah. Ibuka. I feel like Ibuka's gonna be wide receiver one for that offense by the end of the year
He has to be.
because Godwin's coming off injury. Evans still deals with hamstring issues every other 3 weeks. So,
Yeah.
well, yeah. Eagles offense, 130 yards passing. While you have a top 10 wide receiver, really top seven wide receiver, and top three wide receiver too. Yeah. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think Ibuka was an amazing pick for the Buccaneers in the draft. How they teams that let them pick him up. That was a big mistake. Because he is something else, man. I'm just watching this guy play the catches I mean, shoot, even in Ohio State, he was doing that, but I mean, it's translating to NFL. A lot of people don't understand, like, the college game has to translate to the NFL, to the professional league. And it's hard for a lot of guys to do that, which is why you see a lot of guys who did great in college, they don't last long in the NFL, if at all. The few that do, the game translates
yeah,
over. So his game has definitely translated over to the NFL. So
yeah,
um, for sure. But yeah, man. Like I said, I think it's gonna be a great weekend of football for sure, man. You know, I'm excited for it, especially college. So uh, we'll see where it goes. But hey, thanks for coming on the show, John. We appreciate you.
for sure.
Um,
Thanks for
And
having me.
of course, man. Hey, you'll be back on as usual. And make sure you guys check out John's page, Sports and Podcast. Check him out. He's got great content there, always uploading and stuff. So check him out. Check us out on YouTube here and on our socials on Instagram and TikTok, Jace Fit Down Pod. And we will see you next time. Thanks, John, again for coming on.
Sure, man.